Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ben Landers, founder of the PESpecialist.com, and you're watching the Phys Ed Q&A show. This is a place we're going to just have some conversations around common questions related to physical education and try to help make your day a little bit more awesome. I hope you enjoy it, and just want to remind you, show note links will be down in the description of the video. And if you would rather listen to the video's in audio form, we do have a podcast, which you can check out for all you podcasters. Just search for the Phys Ed Q&A show. Let's get into the show, and I hope you really enjoy it. All right, let's jump into it. Episode 1. Our first question we're going to be tackling today is a very common question that I get asked through the website, and also as I have student teachers, something they want to talk about. So I thought it would be a good one to hit, and it is: what is some advice on going to interviews for a PE teaching job? You want to kick it off, Mr. Nellums?
I'll kick it off.
All right.
The interview process is a very important process to do. And a lot of times there's a principal there, there's other teachers there. So a lot of times you're not there by yourself. You're in there with a big group of evaluators who are, evaluating how you can add to their school and to their program. So, first impressions to me are really important. It's not the end-all, be-all, so if you don't make a good first impression, don't think anything's bad about it. But to me, I think first impressions are big on there. And so when you come in, make eye contact with everybody in the room. That comes before any of your content as far as what you're going to teach or what you're going to say. But make eye contact, try to shake as many hands as you can. That lets people know that you're excited about being there. And like I said, first impressions are important. So if somebody comes in and says, hey, this person came in with a lot of energy and they're shaking my hand and having good eye contact, that goes a long way. And I think it reflects a lot more than what you say. Actions do speak a lot louder than words. So if you come in with that right, I'm coming in with eye contact, I'm going to come shake your hand, I'm going to do all those different things over there, I think that can go a long way in the interview.
True that.
Yes.
I heard one somewhere, I don't know how true this is, that people make the decision in the first 15 seconds of that job interview. So getting in the door is important, and we'll talk about resumes in a little bit, but first impressions are big. Dress to impress. Mm-hmm. Don't think because you're a PE teacher you're going to wear your tracksuit in there, because that's what you're going to wear to work. Tie, suit up, look good, yes. Go get your hair cut,
yes. And
please do not check your phone during the interview. If you check your phone, if I was a principal, and they check their phone during an interview, gone. Like, that's it for me. If you can't even give me the focus to have a conversation without looking at your phone, game over. So make sure you put your phone on silent. Like Marcus said, set that good impression. So resume, your resume should just be really, really simple. One pager. It's just a way for you to get in the door. The only thing they're going to do when they look at the resume is glance at it to see if they're going to give you a call back. So don't turn in a 3-page resume. Oh, yeah. Real simple, short, just sweet. Pertinent work experience. Mm-hmm. I like the picture, top right. Stick a picture of yourself up there, make it personable. You might want to print it on neon paper, something to stand out. Send it, mail it, email it to the principal that you're interested in looking for a job with. When you're looking for a job, another big thing is, how would you recommend they find a PE job?
A lot of times, the best way that I've been able to find PE jobs or know somebody that's looking for a PE job is through communication with other PE teachers in the district. They know firsthand about who's going to come back next year or who's leaving or who's retiring. So, websites are great, but they don't give you all the information. So if you can get in contact with people via social media or email or going to a meeting or a job fair or anything like that, that's the best way to do that. Or if you don't know any PE teachers, know any other teachers in the district, because teachers know other teachers and they communicate, they know things over there. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you can go around and get in contact with other teachers or go to job fairs or going to a school board meeting or anything like that, just to get in contact with somebody, then you can really find out what's going on in the district a lot better than what you might find on a website or anything like that. So that would be my tip.
You read my mind, bro. if you wait till a job's posted online, you're fighting every other applicant.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get a job, you want to be the first person to find out about the job before it's even posted. So like Marcus said, even if you don't know PE teachers, go get to know them, connect with them, look at the schools you want to work at, look at their school websites, email all the PE teachers, go out and take them to coffee, or go see if you can sub for them. If you have the ability to sub, that's a perfect way to get your day, get your foot in the door.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the office, hand your resume, your phone number to the PE people, because I guarantee you every single PE teacher in our district is looking for a good PE sub.
Yes.
Subs are hard to find.
Yes.
So when you find a good sub, and then you find out they're looking for a PE job, as soon as the job pops up, that's going to be the first person that you let know, because you want a qualified person in there. So figure out where you want to work. Make sure you put it out to all the PE teachers in that district that you're looking for a job. Maybe you could start subbing if you're available to sub. That'd be a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. And also figure out where you want to work.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not all about taking the very first job you get offered. Find a good fit for yourself.
Oh, yeah. Another thing to add on there is, especially when you talk about where you want to work or anything like that, if the school district has an after-school program and you're a college kid or you're working on something like that or you're a sub, jump in there in that after-school program, especially with the younger kids on there. You can get a good dynamic of what that school is or what's going on in that situation. And then you also be able to get in contact with other teachers and people who work after school. If they see you do a great job after school, that's a 4 months job interview right there before you even come in for the interview. People already know what you can bring to the table. So finding different avenues, different than just being with all the other applicants, is a way for you to stand out as well.
Great stuff. After school program is a great tip.
Yes.
And then let's say that you do get the job offer. Before you could even do this during the interview too, as they're interviewing you, most of the time they'll ask, do you have any questions for us? And that's your chance to ask for, can I see the previous PE teacher's schedule? Mm-hmm. How many kids do y'all have in the gym at the same time? Because if they're putting 100 kids in the gym with one teacher, that might not be a situation that you're interested in. So ask if you can get the contact info for the previous teacher, give them a call, look them up, ask them how it was, ask them what their experience was, why did they leave? Those are all ways for you to grab information to figure out if it's a job that you want. Also, during the interview, just remember that most people are going to make a decision based on your social skills. Sadly, that's probably more important to them than your teaching ability. So when you're doing the interview, what they're thinking is not necessarily, are you a great teacher, but they're thinking, are you going to be a good fit for this school? Do I want to hang out with you? Do I like you? So that's those first impressions we're talking about as you're doing the interview. Don't try to front, just be yourself, be real, because if you're fake and they hire you, you're not going to be a good fit for the school because they hired the other person that you were in the interview, not the person that you really are.
Correct. Bring that energy. When you come to the interview, stand out. That's how you're going to stand out against anybody else. They're going, especially if they're going to be doing a bunch of interviews that day. I mean, it'll become monotonous to them. So you have to do something to stand out, to make yourself different than anybody else. So that energy you have, that passion you have, if you are passionate about physical education like we are, it'll show when you're in the interview. People will know that, hey, this person really enjoys about being here. And like Ben talked about earlier, being knowledgeable about the situation also is a way for you to stick out as well. If you ask them a whole bunch of questions, then you're going to be sticking out more than anybody else. As far as the schedule goes, that's inside information that most college kids and most first-year teachers don't understand about. So if you can come with that energy and that information right there, that's really going to make you stand out as well.
Definitely agree with that. We want to talk about our personal interview experiences?
Let's do it.
Cool. I'll kick it off.
All right.
So I was really lucky. I got I put in South Carolina where we are, you can put your application out on the state website. And to be honest, this is not the only way I would do it now that I have a lot more knowledge and understand how everything works. I would go back to everything we've been talking about. Yeah. I would try to sub, try to find after school jobs. I would try to connect with PE teachers.
Oh, yeah.
But I was a senior in college. I didn't know all that stuff. Nobody told me about it. That's why I'm making this video for you. So you can supersede where we were when we were graduating.
Be ahead of the game.
Yeah. But so I got a few calls from schools that I just didn't want to go interview at. So I turned those down. The third call I got was for the school that I'm at now, River Springs Elementary. And to be honest, I wasn't very excited about it, and I didn't know anything about the district. I hadn't done my research. I hadn't been in the schools to know what districts were good and what weren't. But I just figured I need to start interviewing. So I'm just going to go in. I don't care if I get the job or not, but I'm going to get some practice interviewing. So if I had to go back, I would have gone to those first 2 interviews, even knowing that if they offered me the job, I would turn it down just to get the practice for the interview. Because then when you get that opportunity for the school that you really want, you're going to have more reps. It's just like interviewing is just like any other skill. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So that actually worked to my benefit because I wasn't nervous. I didn't really care if I got the job that much, and the interview went really well. I was just really honest and was myself, and I got to go look at the gym. I really liked the gym, liked all the equipment they had. It was going to be a traveling job, so that was actually positive for me because I was going to get to see 2 different PE programs, meet 2 different teachers, and as a first year, that's kind of a really helpful thing that you can start doing. So that was my personal experience, and if I had to go back, what I would have done differently is I would have gone to those first 2 interviews, and I also would have connected and tried to cold email as many PE teachers in the districts that I wanted to be in as possible. I did go in with a 1-page, really simple resume, and also I gave them a unit work sample of an entire unit that I had created my senior year of college in the program as an example that I knew how to align lessons to standards and write curriculum. So anything that you can hand them is going to be helpful for you. I have a student teacher right now that we're actually I'm going to put video him while he's teaching, put together a little video, and we're going to put a QR code on his resume so they can scan the resume.
That is smart.
And they can see a 5-minute clip of him teaching kids.
Yes.
So anything that you can do like that.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
It's going to help.
Huge.
What about you, man? What was it like, that first interview?
Oh, man. The first interview, I mean, I'll go back to before the interview. I'll talk about my student teaching. I don't know if you know this or not, but when you first go to student teaching, they give you the list of what schools, who's going to be at what school and that. I'm sure you remember that. I was actually not supposed to go to River Springs and Lake Murray with you. I was supposed to be at another elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, and then another person, they dropped out or didn't have enough credits to get to the student teachers portion yet. And so
the God smiled on us, man.
Oh, man, you tell me.
That is crazy.
And then we got to the first day of student teaching, and she was like, you can toss away the other paper. Here's a new paper on there. And it said Lake Murray, River Springs, Ben Landers on there. That's my second placement. So I actually wasn't supposed to be over there. So my first placement was at a secondary school, which was great. And then I got to Lake Murray and River Springs and got to see both of the dynamics on there. And then after the first week of being out there, I was like, elementary school is where I need to be. As far as the school dynamics and the kids in the school, I was like, this is where I got to be. So I was on the lookout early on, trying to find a job in the district, trying to be involved in our district. And what helped me was, like, after I got finished student teaching, then I would work after school. So I got a chance to work with after school kids, and the kids got to see me after school, which in turn made the teachers and the principals and stuff like that see me after school, and they could tell how different I was and all this kind of stuff. So my first interview was the Seven Oaks interview, and that went great. I walked into the room, and like I said, I tried to bring as much energy as I can, got shirt and tie, suited up. They were surprised that we were in a shirt and tie, and I just tried to bring the energy on there, and I just tried to answer the questions as well as I could with as much energy as I could. And then at the end, I tried to just ask them as many questions as I could. Especially, I did a kind of like a self-reflection. I asked them how well they thought I did in the interview. And that gives them, and then that lets them know that
inviting that feedback,
and saying he's well aware of the reflection process or all that kind of stuff over there. And I think that went over well with them. Actually was offered the job, and then some different things in the district happened where one person went another place and all that, but that's beside the point because, I mean, these 8 years have been great. So after that happened, a couple of days later, I got a call from Lake Murray talking about coming for the interview, and I had not heard from the other school yet. So I was like, I don't know if I should come in for the interview because the other school had offered me the job and all this kind of stuff, and they literally called me back like you probably need to come in for this interview. So I came in for the interview at Lake Murray, and that was the traveling job. So they had administrators from River Springs and Lake Murray there. So I got a chance to talk to both of the administrations, and again, I just tried to bring the energy. Tried to come in. I came in with my book bag, a huge portfolio, laid down my resume, and then also had the DVDs from our student teaching experience that I had, and said, hey, you can check these out, and just tried to bring the energy again on there. And then I think we went to dinner a couple of times over that summer, and we talked about that. And then I finally got offered the job that Ben was doing, and I mean, I'm telling you what, I was more excited about that than anything, just to be able to work with Ben on there. But from my personal experience, I would say one takeaway that I would do is add that reflection piece. After you get finished with the interview, say, hey, how do you feel about how I was doing? And be honest about feedback. I mean, be able to take feedback from somebody and then be able to offer that for them to give you feedback is a huge sticking point. Nobody does that. Nobody asks them how well they did in the interview. That could be something that can set you apart from somebody else over there. So,
also just going to increase your self-awareness.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even if you don't get a job, at least you have some things to improve for the next time. That's a great tip.
It's a great tip over there.
Yeah, so just to recap, I hit the student teacher lottery, as you can see. Marcus was my very first student teacher. The whole time we were teaching, as we found out, a teacher in the district was retiring. We were talking, scheming, and like, dude, if this works out, we can still work together. That's how we started our career. First 6 years teaching together. Marcus just was the biggest help in helping me start the PE specialist and brainstorm all the framework that came along with starting that whole program and all that stuff. So that's a little backstory. Hope that's helpful. If you're looking for the job, make sure you take notes on all those things that we said and be proactive. That's the biggest thing that I did not do when I was looking for my first job is you got to contact all the teachers. You got to get a feel for where you want to work. And there's going to be jobs available. I think there's been a job open in our district at the elementary level every year.
Every year.
So
it's just the elementary level. Yeah. You think about the secondary level.
It's high school, tons of jobs. They're moving all over the place, getting fired. Yeah. So make sure you're proactive. The more connections you have, PE teachers are not that easy to find. So especially good ones. Yes. So make sure you connect with the right people and get in those schools and get that experience as much as possible. Don't forget to ask for feedback in the interview. That was a golden nugget, man. That's a value bomb.
That's a value bomb right there.
I wish I had done that. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
If you got any questions, send them in. You can hit me up at thepespecialist.com/contact. Send your questions in, and we'll try to get them on this show. Hope that was valuable for you. If you are in the car or on a jog and you can't take notes, links will be in the description and also on our podcast page, which is pespecialist.com/podcast. Have an awesome day. As always, have fun and teach on. Later. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it for this episode of the Phys Ed Q&A show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe, and don't forget to share with somebody that you think might benefit from the conversation. Just a reminder that we'll have all the show notes linked below in the video description, and if you would rather listen to the audio version, we do have a podcast, which is in iTunes. You can search that on your favorite podcast player app, and be sure to subscribe. Hope you guys have an awesome day. As always, have fun and teach on. We'll see you next time. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching the video. I wanted to let you know this video is sponsored by the PE Specialist membership community, where our teachers have access to great tools like unit plan samples, station signs, trainings, tutorials, and even community forums. If you think the membership might be a good fit for you, you can head over to thepespecialist.com/info for some more information. Hope you guys have an awesome day.